Welcome to the Guardianly Real Scam Stories podcast. Let's get right into today's explainer, because we're breaking down a genuinely terrifying and frankly super sophisticated threat, the banking phone spoofing scam. So picture this, your phone rings, you glance down, and right there on the caller ID is the exact customer service number printed on the back of your Chase debit card. You answer it, right? I mean, it seems perfectly safe. Well, that's exactly what Jennifer Lichthardt from Illinois did. And man, answering that completely trusted number, that was literally step one into an absolute financial nightmare.
Yeah, Jennifer ended up losing a staggering $40,000. It's just wild. You're probably thinking, how in the world does that happen from one simple phone call? Well, it's because the people on the other end of that trusted number, they weren't Chase employees. Not at all. They were scammers, basically putting on a masterclass in acting. They played the roles of bank officials, and get this, they eventually brought on fake FBI agents. They totally convinced her that her accounts were compromised and that she had to act right that second to move her life savings into a new, quote-unquote, secured account to protect it. But, as you can guess, the money wasn't secured, it was stolen.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how these criminals built that instant, undeniable credibility. Just listen to Jennifer's own words about the experience. She said, "They read me my account number. They had my account balance down to the penny." I mean, think about it. If someone calls from your bank's actual phone number and knows exactly how much money you have, literally down to the cent, of course you're going to believe them. Scammers are basically weaponizing your own precise financial details against you to gain your absolute, unwavering trust.
But wait a minute, how did the scammer call from the real Chase phone number in the first place? Well, they used this digital magic trick called caller ID spoofing. To put it simply, these criminals are just using cheap, super accessible internet calling software, you might have heard it called VoIP, and they use this to completely bypass the caller ID security on your phone. The scammers literally just type the bank's real phone number into their software, and bam, that fake outbound number is what lights up on your phone screen. So you think, oh, it's my bank calling, but the call is actually coming from some unknown source, often sitting halfway across the globe.
Let's move to and see how this builds, because you're probably still wondering how they knew her exact balance down to the penny, right? Well, here is the exact step-by-step pipeline these scammers use before they even dial your number. First, they scrape together little fragments of your personal data. This could be a leaked password floating around the dark web, or even an old bank statement they found by literally dumpster diving. Second, they take those tiny details, like your birth date or just a partial account number, and they call your bank's automated phone system. The robotic system doesn't know it's a scammer on the line, so it just cheerfully reads out your exact account balance. And finally, armed with this highly convincing data, they call you. So the trap is perfectly set before you even pick up the phone.
Okay, let's dive into this, because here is exactly how you spot the lie in real time. Listen, a real bank is never going to call you out of the blue and ask you to move your money or send Zelle codes or give out your PIN. It just does not happen. A spoofed call, on the other hand, it relies entirely on really aggressive, fear-based tactics. They're going to rush you, they'll claim the FBI is involved, they'll tell you that you're in serious legal trouble or that you're going to lose everything if you don't act right this very second. That fabricated urgency, that is the absolute #1 hallmark of this scam.
And we really need to note here, this isn't just a Chase problem. Scammers are impersonating pretty much all the major institutions to trick people into sending irreversible transfers. Take Susie Allgood, for example. She lost $5,000 when scammers spoofed her Huntington Bank caller ID, completely convincing her to upgrade her Zelle account to protect her cash. Or Ashley Reinhardt. She lost $3,300 when her caller ID flashed Wells Fargo, and she got totally manipulated into entering transfer codes. The exact bank on the screen might change, but the devastating outcome for the victims remains exactly the same.
And the data proves we are dealing with a massive nationwide epidemic here. According to the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center data for 2025, phishing and spoofing scams were literally the most reported fraud across the entire country. We're looking at over 191,000 complaints and total reported losses blowing past $215 million. I mean, wow! These hyper-realistic calls are fooling hundreds of thousands of people, from your everyday consumers right up to seasoned TV news anchors.
So, the crucial point is, how do you empower yourself against this? Let's enthusiastically run through some actionable prevention tips so you can shut this down. First and absolutely foremost, hang up the phone. Even if they sound incredibly convincing and claim to be the FBI, just hang up. Second, verify directly by calling the number on the back of your actual bank card and never ever use a number the caller gives you. Third, keep your sensitive info locked down. Never give out passwords or PINs.
And finally, always beware of anyone using urgency or fear tactics to rush your decisions. If they say you have to do it right now, it's a scam.
Well, that wraps up today's explainer. If you found this breakdown helpful and you want to stay ahead of the latest threats, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and definitely share this story so your friends and family don't become the next victim. Because the next time your phone rings and your bank's name pops up, you really have to ask yourself, who is actually on the other end of the line? Is it your trusted financial institution, or is it a predator hiding behind stolen data? Stay vigilant out there and always, always verify.